Brazil is one of the main producers of coffee in the world, and today we're going to be doing a deep dive into the origin in Brazil. Welcome back to About Coffee, where we talk about all different things to do with coffee. And today we're going to be diving into one of the most popular origins, which is Brazil. And I'm going to be letting you know a few little facts about this country and its origin of coffee. So Brazil makes a lot of coffee, so much so that they actually produce a third of the coffee that's ever produced in the world. So although Brazil has been producing large and large amounts of coffee, unfortunately that has made the overall quality of their coffee sometimes dwindle. Now a lot of people have very opinionated views about the coffee coming out of Brazil, and some people will shun it. However, in the past few years it has stepped up that quality. Now a reason for the quality being lowered in Brazil's coffee is because they wanted to create high amounts of coffee to be sold cheaply rather than top quality coffee to be sold at a more expensive rate. Now the reason farmers are able to produce such high amounts of coffee is because they're growing it at lower altitudes in Brazil. You'll often see altitude as something that people look at when they're finding the right coffee for themselves, and higher altitudes can often create a much better coffee. So when you're growing it at lower altitude, it means that the coffee can be worse than that grown at a higher altitude. But also the soil in Brazil hasn't got much nutrition in it in comparison to other countries such as Ethiopia. However, as you may have seen, the coffee industry is booming and people are starting to care more and more about where their coffee comes from and where it's been sourced, who the farmer is. They want to know all these different things. And because of these reasons, Brazil are stepping up their game. I've personally had amazing cups of coffee that have come from Brazil. Whether it's espresso based or whether I've made a filter using Brazilian coffee, I've had great cups of coffee. Now there are 14 different growing regions within Brazil, so it can be quite hard to pinpoint any particular flavors that are linked to the origin of Brazil. However, because like I said, coffee in Brazil is grown at a lower altitude, this tends to mean that there's less acidity within the coffee and tends to have sweeter flavors. We're looking at kind of chocolates, caramels and nutty flavors that you'll often find as a taste within Brazilian coffee. Now for me personally, when I've had Brazilian coffee, the flavor that always seems to seep through is a definite chocolate taste. So if you are a big fan of chocolate, this might be the perfect origin for yourself. Knowing where your coffee comes from is really important, and as you get more into coffee, you'll want to know more things like the altitude or what process has been used to make that cup of coffee. So maybe Brazil is the right origin for you, and the only way you're going to find that out is to try lots of different coffees from Brazil. Finding the right flavor notes for your cup of coffee is all a personal choice. What you like most is down to you. There are so many different factors when you are deciding your coffee, so a great place to start is origin, as you can gradually get to know what flavor notes you're going to be getting from that origin. Have you tried Brazilian coffee, or are you going to go and try it? Let me know in the comments down below, as I would love to hear from you. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification bell, as we have loads of different videos coming right here to About Coffee to help you on your coffee journey, and I can't wait to see you in the next episode.